Shocked that this board is considering this agenda with haste when obviously the community doesn't agree with it and they didn't know about it until Thursday, Friday. Doesn't make sense. Please don't put up a front that you're a strong advocate when you're discrediting the music staff, Project Rise, specifically the music organization. 49% of students, 7th through 12th grades, are involved with it. I went on your website today, pretty little thing. Common pride is integrity, resilience, and responsibility, and I challenge you all to actually fulfill that commitment if you want your students to actually fulfill that. I could go on about Derek, Jake, and Renee, but you've heard a lot about them. I want to mention Grace. Her and I had the opportunity to sing in choir last year. She has the motivation, the energy to lead the elementary school students. And I've heard this directly from parents and grandparents since I work at 11th Street, Chautauqua, and I oftentimes hear from them. Most of you should know, or at least some of you all should know, how important these teachers are to the students. They often will skip over coming to guidance counselors to talk to them. I would know. When my dad was diagnosed with cancer, who found out first? Derek, Jake, Renee. Who came and talked to me? Those three. When my mom had passed away, where was I 4 days later? I was at the choir concert. Same thing with my dad. I was at jazz choir morning after his diagnosis. One note I had for you, I'd like you to reread the Our Operating Principles on the first page and ask yourself if you've done just that. Wartburg has offered me a lot of opportunities. In May, I'll be touring in Europe for a month. But those opportunities don't come because I showed up to Wartburg saying, hey, I want to do this. It happens with the grassroots efforts here in the high school, in the middle school, and the elementary schools. I mean, if you choose to cut these positions, are you going to just a little press release, or are you going to go actually talk to these students and tell them, like, hey, by the way, these teachers, these individuals that have a direct effect on your life, and they're just not that important. I always find myself, unfortunately, in the minority group of students talking about their time in Charles City. I loved it. I appreciated the opportunities I had, the music programs, and the support I received during obvious loss in my time in high school. I talk confidently about seeing myself coming back to Charles City, raising a family here, and having my kids go through the system. But having this information come out on a Thursday and you want to vote on a Monday, those are just things that don't add up and make any sense. Lastly, I want to give props to Missy on her proposed. Lastly, please do not cut any of these valuable positions, both music and Project Rise advisors. Try to make the effort to do something, and don't go along passing something with less than a week of the public knowing. Thank you all.